Oh, all right, now it is Dale Jarret, Davey Allison, and Rusty Wallace, first, second, and third.
Boy, they're running flat out now.
7 laps to go. This is the bumper cam. Dale Jarrett's car. Nothing in front of him. Clear sailing, but right behind him is Allison as he charges to the back bumper of Dale Jarrett's car.
That's Rusty Wallace. The black car in the middle is Rusty Wallace. And Dale Jarret is doing his car, doing a great job on those tires with 30-35 laps, as John Kernan reported.
Allison hangs back. Big pack of cars behind the first 3. Martin and Gant and several others are following. There's still 3 abreast battling for position.
I'll tell you, I've been surprised that Dale's been able to stay out there that long with those tires. The Wood Brothers made a good call. Made a very good call.
Is Dale Jarret headed for his first Winston Cup victory of his career?
Could very well be.
He only has 5.5 laps to go.
His best finish was a 4th at Atlanta last year, the last race of the season.
He's holding off the challenge of Davey Allison. When they come down, it'll complete 195 laps.
Now, remember, we talked about no winner out of the top 10. Dale started in 11th.
Yep, and he could break that string. But Davey, of course, started in 3rd position, and he would like to continue it.
The one advantage that Dale Jarret has is he's running in the same tracks that Davey Allison wants to run in, where Davey's been running all day. Both those cars hanging on the bottom of the racetrack, and Davey's not able to find his favorite spot to run in. He's trying to go high, but we saw a moment ago his car just does not work up there like he wants it to.
Now he gets up there. Dale gives him some room, or doesn't give him some room. No, he puts room to run back out there. I'll tell you one lady that's going crazy down in North Carolina is Kelly Jarret. She's experienced Dale's wife. She's a competitive individual.
And I'll tell you what, in the years that I've worked with this guy sitting next to me, Ned, I don't think I've ever seen him quite as antsy as he is right now. The last win, by the way, for the Wood Brothers was in May of 1987 when Kyle Penny drove their car to a victory in the World 600. Now there is Harry Gant and Bill Elliott.
That's a race for 5th.
Dicing for that 5th position, as behind him Alan Kawicki and Ernie Irvin are also fighting it out for a spot.
The 2-car Rusty Wallace, the only non-Ford product in the top 5.
3 laps to go.
Ned, believe he's going to pull it off.
I don't know. I'm holding my breath. I don't know if I can hold it that long or not.
I want you to say something, Ned, so you breathe.
We understand that Davey Allison's car has developed a push. Is that right, Jerry?
That's exactly right. Davey's got a bad push in the car, and he's having trouble getting the car turned coming off the corners, and Dale Jarret is taking the inside lane away. Guys, it's going to be a shootout.
It sure is. When they come down, there'll only be 2 more laps to go. 4 miles of racing. Allison looks to the outside. He falls in behind Dale Jarret, and they're still separated by about 3 or 4 car lengths. The Wood Brothers, by the way, are the all-time winners in terms of car owners with 10 victories here at this racetrack. Allison closes in even tighter. It's now down to a car length and a half. They go on to the backstretch and a spin, a car blowing an engine in turn number 2. Dave Marcus with a big puff of smoke. Is this going to bring out the caution? I doubt it. But boy, that would assure things for Dale Jarret.
Well, if he can get back to the start-finish line first.
Here comes Davey to the outside. He's going to try this pass again. It got him in trouble earlier. They both slide up the racetrack, and here they come for the white flag. 1 more lap to go, and Allison has a slight advantage on Jarret as they head for turn number 1.
But remember, Dale's been going well on the inside. Does he have the right line, though, Bob?
Davey Allison keeps his car in the middle of the racetrack. Dale Jarrett's car is on the low side. Off the 18 degrees of banking, they go down on 5 degrees of banking, and Dale Jarret wiggles a little bit as they come out of the second corner. They bump, they touch, they rub, going down the backstretch, side by side, wheel to wheel. Who is it going to be in the Champions Spark Plug 400? Jarret has the slight advantage as they go into the third and fourth corners. Davey Allison battles back on the outside. It's going to be a photo finish. They touch coming down through the triangle at the line. Who wins it? I believe Jarret does.
Oh, wow.
Dale Jarret won it, but it was a photo finish. He didn't win by more than 4 or 5 inches.
I tell you, fellas, when he wins his first one, I wanted him to do it that way, racing for it.
And he waves to Davey Allison saying, nice race.
Wow.
Dale Jarret, his first Winston Cup victory.
All right, here they come off of turn 4. Allison on the outside, Jarret on the inside. Both of them with the pedal to the middle. They touch coming off of the turn. Did that slow Jarret down too much? No, he gets a bite down on the inside and barely gets to the start and finish line first. Glad he did it again.
Ned.
Well, it's just another race.
You was afraid he was going to lose it on the replay, right?
Yeah, I played so.
Wow, what a finish.
Oh, boy. Let's get out of John Kernan. He's with Eddie Wood.
I tell you, he doesn't look it now, but Eddie, just a minute ago, you were about 10 feet off the ground. It's been a while, about 4 years.
It's been a long time coming. I'd like to say thanks to Larry Britton and the people at Citgo. They stuck with us through all the stuff we've been through. Up and down, it didn't matter. Ford stayed with us. We got a decent car here today. We had a good body on it. Cromhauser out of Charlotte did the body. Everything just went good, and I know you're watching, Larry.
You know, the Wood brothers long had a tradition of a great pit crew, great pit strategy, and that really helped Dale get to the front today on that last pit stop, fuel only.
Well, the way it all turned out, the only set of tires we had all day was the very last set, and I asked him on the radio, I said, you are probably the quickest you've ever run since we started the race. You know, let's just stick with it. He said, that's fine with me, whatever you want to do, because we was already going to gamble on the fuel. So we was gambling on that too, but, you know, you roll them, sometimes they come up.
Hey, let's go to Atlantic City. Go on down to victory lane, Eddie.
Dale Jarret wins the Champion Spark Plug 400 and picks up his first Winston Cup win. Here's his reaction as he crossed the line, looking to the right to Davey. He says, I've got this thing. All right. And there is Happy Papa. And again, Ned, from all of us here in the broadcast booth, and I know everybody down on the truck, and a lot of well-wishers around the world, really, congratulating you and your son, Dale Jarret, on a fine, fine victory here this afternoon.
Well, I tell you, I didn't have anything to do with it unless pulling helped. But he drove a great race.
He
And
sure
they gave
did.
him a great race car. Made a good call there at the end. The Wood brothers didn't win all those races. They won by just
Here's Jerry Punch.
Is this young man happy? Look at him getting hugged and congratulated. My goodness, what a celebration, Dale. Congratulations as all the crew comes in. Congratulations on a tremendous effort.
Well, thank you. First of all, let me say, Kelly, I love you. I'm sorry you couldn't be here for the first one, but Dad, I'm glad you got to see it here. But next thing, these Wood brothers are something else, aren't they? They did a great job. What a call there at the end. The car, that was the fastest that the car had been, and Vested drove, and they said, let's leave those tires on, just get a splash of gas. And that's what won me the race. Appreciate Davey. I raced him awfully hard there. I hope he understands that's the first one, and I wanted it awfully bad. But, you know, thanks to Citgo for giving me this opportunity. Ford, I certainly appreciate everything they've done for me, and these guys are just great.
Young man so emotional he can hardly talk. And Dale, the last couple of laps, there was some bumping out there. And tell us about your thoughts coming off turn 4 on that last lap. You can see the checkered flag getting ready to wave, and he had you by half a car length.
Yeah, he did. He got off the corner there. I thought maybe that I could run him out of racing room up there, but you know, as good a driver as Davey is, he just held his own there. I tell you, this engine in this Ford here really ran good, and you know, I'm just as happy as I can be right now. Somebody I've got to thank that helped me along the way a lot. Two people, John Irvin, the crew chief on my other car that brought me up, and Horace Eisenhower that owns the Busch Grand National car. That if it wasn't for him and my dad, probably wouldn't be here. But thanks to everybody back in Hickory. We'll have a big party when we get there.
I guarantee you there'll be party in North Carolina tonight. Dale Jarret gets a big hug from Len Wood, Eddie Wood. The Wood brothers have made the call, and the young man has gone to victory lane for the first time.
He is the first